I don't know why I'm looking at the camera for that. This is going to be cut out, but
I'll just have that as the shot. There's going to
just
be no context because, you know, I'm not going to share where you work.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be you going to the camera.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Take Your Mark podcast. I'm your host, Emmy.
And I'm Ruchi, as always.
I'm glad that hasn't changed.
Yeah, it could have. You never know.
You know what? Yeah, I will support you through whatever, but I'm glad you're still you. Great start.
Okay. Thanks, Emmy. As soon as I said it, I was like, I wonder what she's going to say back to that. I genuinely was thinking of just like, I could have changed my name.
Yeah, you could have just changed your name.
Like, legally.
Yeah.
And you went a different direction. It's okay.
I mean, hey, even if you change your name, like, I support that. But I like your name.
I wouldn't change my name, though, because I feel like my name matches me very well. But
yeah.
anyway.
No, I would agree with that.
I would not change my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about 2025 already.
Yeah.
And we talked about goals for 2026.
Yeah.
But I guess we can kind of dive into it a little more. Not like goals, but like what you've done this weekend, what you did last week, if you want to share.
Yeah. This week, I mean, I kind of said this right before we started. I have been in the trenches at work this week.
Boo.
Yeah. Very consistent, like 7:30 to 6 days, maybe. Like, some days I've been able to leave a little earlier if I like already have commitments after work, but then there's been other days when I was working until like 7.
Ew.
Which hasn't been great, but at least like me and all of my colleagues are kind of in the same boat right now. So we actually left work and ended up going to like a cafe all together to do work in the evening, which was gross, but at least like it kind of had late night at the library in college kind of vibes where like, you
don't
know,
romanticize
at least
it.
we were all together.
Don't romanticize it.
Girl, I have no
choice.
choice.
At 7 p.m.
I have no choice. I had to get stuff done. Yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm telling you right now, it's bullshit.
But outside of that, I've been doing well. I've been climbing a lot, which has been super fun. I sent my project yesterday, and it was a V3 to V5, and I would put it at like a hard 4, maybe a V5. And it was the way that my gym tags stuff is like I said, they do a 0 to 2 range, a 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. And this is the first time I've finished a 3 to 5 climb. So
there you go.
I was very proud of that.
Congrats.
That's like carrying me right now. It was the highlight of my week.
There you go.
But yeah. And then I proceeded to hit my knee on the wall really hard, and now it's bruised. But
oof.
Yeah. But yeah, climbing's been really fun. Yeah, how was your week?
It was good. I mean, it's been interesting. So this past week, so first of all, marked my first week in my new rotation. I had just finished 1 year. I just finished 1 year on Tuesday, but technically my first day of my new rotation was Monday.
Okay.
So the transition was incredibly difficult. Like, I'm still kind of reeling over, because I loved my last rotation. I loved the people I worked for. I just loved the environment. And like now it's like a completely new environment, completely different dynamic, completely new people, which, yes, I know that this experience is going to help me grow and be a better person and be able to deal with different types of people, which you need to know how to do, you know, because you never know what your boss is going to be like, who you're going to work with, that kind of stuff. But I just really loved the people I worked with last rotation.
Yeah.
And I had to move buildings, so I don't see them anymore, like at all, like, because they're in a different building. So this past week, that transition sucked. Like, I was talking about it, about how much I missed the old environment and all the old people, like, all week. And like, yeah, I mean, now I feel a little bit better after it's been like 4 days. Tuesday, I went back to the old office to train the new girl who took my spot. But yeah, I really liked what I did, and I liked the people I worked with. So it was a little bit like bittersweet when I had to leave, because I did want to try new I do want to try new things, and I like that aspect of the program that you get to learn new things and you get to explore and learn just like the whole business, like not even just one section of the business. You learn everything and all of it, which is awesome, except when you actually like the people you work with, and then you just have to leave them. And the thing is, with the first transition I had from old to new, I had my trip in the middle of it. So I had like 2 weeks to reset completely. Like it felt like I was just coming back to a new job.
Yeah.
This time it was Friday I worked for one person, Monday I worked for a different person. So it was like immediately just like one day, not even Friday to Monday. Like I had the weekend, and then it was like you're back to work and you're working for somebody else. So transition's been really hard, to be honest. And I'm still waiting on like SAP access and a few other things right now. So it's been a little hard in general because there's not really anything for me to do either.
Okay.
Like trying to learn, trying to get trained, learn and stuff. And also the team half of the week works from home. So that's been a challenge, because to get trained like while everyone's at home is difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a rough start. Like outside of just in general, it's been a rough start. And I'm a very informal person in the way I work. Sorry, this is kind of a tangent, but I'm so informal that like I become best friends with whoever I work with. Like if you know, because my personality is just like that. Yeah, like I am someone who's like loud, outgoing, like if you couldn't tell from this podcast. But my previous boss is the same way. So like me and her were like peas in a pod. Like we were Mario and Luigi, for goodness sake. Like we were like, our energies were just so similar. And now I work for somebody whose energy is just completely different. Like more quiet, introverted, less like informal, more like serious all the time. Mm-hmm. And so I had to like try and like tone myself down, because I was like, okay, this is getting to be like I can't act the way I did in my last rotation. Like Thursday, I took the team out to lunch. I didn't pay for them, but I was the one who initiated team lunch on Thursday, which is crazy. From like that perspective, you would think that the new people would take you out to lunch as the new person, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let's go to lunch. So we went to lunch, which it helped. It made me feel a little better, because then I knew that like I could talk, and like it was more of like that like free dynamic, that like not serious office corporate like vibe. But yeah, the transition's been rough. Other than that, it's been good. Like, you know, did the workout class on Thursday, yoga class today. It's been a very fun week outside of the like transition aspect. And Friday we had a coworker happy hour again, and that was super fun. Yeah. Nice. So it's been a fun week outside of this like quick transition that I've had to make. Yeah. From one job to the other. And it's been just like a whirlwind of information and just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and being new anywhere, I feel like, is just hard.
It's not even really just being new. It's like, I just don't, I got so comfortable in my last spot. And the second I got comfortable, I moved. Which is how the program is set up. It takes 6 months for you to like truly love your position and be comfortable. And then they go, nope, you're moving over there. Which is, my boss said this too. She was like, you finally were getting dangerous. Like she was like, you're dangerous in your position, and then you move. So yeah, it's been a struggle, but I think slowly but surely it'll start to get better. You know, there's still time. It's been only 1 week, you know, benefit of the doubt. You'll have to check back in a few more weeks when we record again to see if it's gotten better or not. But yeah, I think it will get better, and I think there's a lot to do anyway. Completely different department though, so that's going to be like really interesting, and I'm learning completely different stuff. it's more like front end business stuff, not
Okay.
like I'm not actually working. Like that's why I can work from home. It's like not a super in-person kind of job.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing this past week.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing about how you settle in.
Yeah. Trying to settle in. Speaking of what I was saying though, we both took a class
We did.
this week.
Yeah, this week we tried rowing, or technically erging, which is a really stupid name to me.
Yeah.
But that's apparently what rowing machines are called. I actually didn't know that, but
Yeah, I also didn't know that.
but yeah, we both tried a rowing class this week, and from what we've said so far, it sounds like they were very different. But I think we both had a really good time.
Yeah.
So
Well, they from what you've said to me, it's like they were completely different.
yeah,
But if you want to share what your class was.
sure. Yeah, so I did a 2-hour kind of intro to rowing / learn to row free class. It was hosted by a rowing team in the city where I live. So it was actually like, it wasn't even at a gym. It was at their boat clubhouse kind of thing.
Oh.
And we show up, and the first thing we actually get is a tour of the boathouse. They take us down and they show us their actual boats. I think, like, I don't think the boats have a specific, I'm sure they have a specific name, but they showed us their boats. And talked about like the different kinds of boats they have with, there's 2, 4, and 8 person. And then there's also, you can do, oh shoot, I keep blanking on the name, but there's ones where you have 1 oar or 2, and like if it's 1, you have both hands on 1 oar out the side of a boat. Or sculling is one where you have 2 oars like on either side of the boat. So they talked us through all of those different kinds.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And then they took us over to the ERGs and showed us like, it was kind of a slow start to it, where they showed us like step by step what like proper form looks like. And they really broke it down in how to go really slow. And then we did some kind of like a mock mini version of what the full like team workout would be. So we did some of their kind of warm-up exercises, and then we did a couple sets. One of them was for like a certain amount of time. One of them was for distance, where they were like, all right, now go faster. And then we did some where we were actually working on like all being in sync together, and
okay.
because that's how it is in the actual boats, is like you do that. And we did some other stuff that I don't entirely remember, but realistically that was probably only about 30, maybe 40 minutes of it. Like it was a workout, but it wasn't anything super difficult, because that wasn't really the intention of it. And then they took us back into another room where they had an ERG set up, but instead of us using like the bar that's on it, they had an oar set up next to it. And so you got to try doing it like with an actual oar, and kind of the extra like movements that went along with that, because you have to, when you're doing it, you go back, and then when you like actually flip the oar up when it's out of the water, to make it like easier to move it back and forth. Yes, then we all got to try that out and stuff at the end. And then this was kind of a one-off thing, but then they have a longer, like you can do a three-part class that's an off-the-water learn to row, or once the water actually opens up in the spring, you can do an on-the-water learn to row class, which I think I might do because that sounds really cool.
It does sound cool.
But yeah, so it was still a workout, but there was a lot more going on. Like that wasn't the main focus.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
How was yours?
Mine was way different.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was kind of like as soon as you told me you were doing one, I checked ClassPass, which not sponsored, but they should sponsor us too.
Maybe someday.
ClassPass, come on. So I got like a free trial, so I used some of my credits to go to this class, and it's at like it's a gym, not like a boathouse or anything. And they just have a room like full of ERGs, like full of those machines. Like there was probably about 22 rowing machines in this one room. And I got there early, and the instructor, her name was Joy, and she was actually such a joy. Like she was so happy the whole time, and she was like explaining it to me so sweet, like such a nice person. Shout out Joy. So she showed me the proper form to use the machine. Because the biggest thing is that you don't want to bend your knees too early.
Yeah.
On the way back.
They made a big deal about that.
Yeah. She told me too. She was like, you're going to want to just bend your knees right away. Wait till your arms go back straight and then bend your knees. That was like the biggest thing that she was stressing.
Yeah.
So I was trying to concentrate on that the whole time. But basically, it was different in that like we were on the machine. It was a 45-minute class, and we were on the machine for probably about 25 minutes.
Okay.
And the other 20, we were using free hand weights off of the machine.
Okay.
So it alternated between, because she told me that rowing works 86% of your muscles.
Yeah.
That's a Joy fact. Joy fun fact.
Is she going to get
and
her
I was
own
like,
segment?
wait. Huh?
She gets her own segment for just this episode.
Yeah. Because she told me that, and I was like, really? Because I didn't really think about it being like a full body exercise. Now, after doing it, I'm like, yeah, it definitely is a full body exercise.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, damn, okay. And then she was saying that the other 14% that you don't work, that's what the free hand weights are for. So she was supposed to, it was covering the whole body, basically. So, yeah, we started off with like, she wanted us to, it wasn't really about being in sync, but like, she did say that she wanted us to stay at a certain like split,
strokes per minute.
She was like, you got to be and strokes per minute. Like there was she would be like, oh, okay, so your paddle pace is like 250 for 500 meters.
Okay.
So she was like, whenever we would get over it, she'd be yelling. She'd be like, yo guys, 250. That's your ceiling. Don't go over 250. So like, it was just basically back to back of changing paces. Like we'd go from paddle pace to then she'd be like, we need to get down to 240, 230.
Okay.
And these numbers were, there was a TV that got everyone's numbers and put them. So it was the average of the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could see your own average, but then you could see the average of the group.
Oh, that's
So she was looking at our group average. So basically like if someone was slacking, like you could see that the group average was like really high.
Okay.
You know? So she would like start yelling and be like, yo guys,
sounds like a lot of
250.
pressure.
It was actually really fun. I don't know, like I was sweating like crazy. It was so hard.
Yeah.
And like we did the first segment, and then we got off. We did free like hand weight stuff. And then we got back on, did it again, and got off. And then to end the session, it was just a minute of like as much distance as you can go. We were trying to see how far we could go in a minute. And then she made us do like we got maybe like 20 seconds rest, and she said that we are doing it again for 2 minutes, and she said you need to double what you did for the 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Yeah,
Do you
so
know
she
what
was, and
resistance they were on?
she used our group score. She was like, you need to get up to 5,200 meters in 2 minutes.
Wow.
We were like,
okay.
oh. And then we did 1 minute again. She was like, you need to beat your 1 minute score from before. I was like, oh my God, I was dying.
Okay.
Whoops. I was dying. But yeah, so it was definitely way more like, yours seems more like you took more of an intro class. I did not. I took a class where like you just show up and like it's like a workout.
Yeah.
So I was dying. You can insert my clip of my initial impression. I sent that clip to you. You can insert it now.
Hey, Take Your Mark viewers, it's Ruchi here. I just did the row class, okay, and it obliterated me. I probably chose the worst day to do it because it was after a swim day, because I swam this morning, but I am dead. It was so good, so fun. I will totally be back. Anyway, I'll share more thoughts in the episode, but I just wanted initial reaction. Loving it. Loved it. I'll be back.
But yeah, I would go back. It was really fun, and it was, for such a short workout, so difficult and burnt. Like you really like felt the burn at the end.
Yeah.
Like, so, and because too, like in the middle we did the freehand stuff, which I hadn't done in a while. Like we were doing squats with the weights, like, and doing punches and like things like that. Like that stuff, I was sore after it because I hadn't done those in so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our experiences were definitely completely different.
Where were you feeling it the most, like while you were rowing? Was it just like your whole body, or was there a specific?
My legs,
okay,
like in my quads.
See, my hamstrings were like, I think part of just my hamstrings were really tight beforehand, but I was like, for the most part, I feel like I was feeling okay. Like I was able to, because I was hoping to get a workout out of it, so I was still like trying to push myself. Though. Yeah, no, like it definitely should, but I was like, oh, wow, because they told us like it's a whole body workout, but it's mostly your legs. Like that's where most of your power comes from. Mm-hmm. And I trusted that they knew what they were talking about. But then when we got on it and I started doing it, I was like, oh, my hamstrings are sore. Like,
and it's legs, abs, and then arms.
Yeah. Like I've been working on a climb that has been pulling on my hamstrings a bit. So like I think they were already a bit sore going into it.
Okay.
Because everyone else, I feel like everyone else who I was talking to was saying that they were really feeling it in their glutes. And I was like, I can only feel it in my hamstrings. Like, but
I mean, I just could feel it like all on my legs. Like it was all legs, and I could feel because she in the beginning, she was like, think of it like a squat motion. That's how she told me to think of it. Of like, you're at the bottom of a squat and then you're pushing up to the top each time you are going back. And when she said that, I was like, yeah, I mean, you're right. It is very much a leg motion. Mm-hmm. And she the only bit at where you really use your arms is just that little pull at the end.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Like that's technically supposed to be it. But yeah, it was really hard. It like, mind you, maybe doing the swim in the morning probably like made me already tired, but like
that might have contributed.
Yeah, that might have like I had swam like 4,200 in the morning, and then in the evening I went to the class, but it was still so hard.
Yeah.
But the instructor was so sweet that like I would even just go back. Like she was just so nice. Like,
yeah. It's interesting. I feel like your experience was much more similar to like when I took a spin class.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the vibe which I think is just more like typical workout class.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I am curious, do you know what resistance it was on? Like, did you guys have it set up at 10 or did you change that at all?
I didn't look, so maybe she'd set it up to something. I didn't look. It felt like a workout class. More, I would say, completely different from yours in that sense. It was very like workout class vibes, but it was really fun.
I want to try something more like kind of what you did, and it sounds like from what the people at this club were talking about that's more like when you do their like 3-part series, it ends up being more like that because it's still technique focused, but they do want you to start building that like strength and muscle memory. So there is a little bit more of that kind of complete workout that they have set up instead. So yeah, I want to try that, but I'm so curious to try it on the water. Like for real.
For sure.
I think that'd be so cool.
No, you got to do both.
Yeah.
You got to do both. I would say too, so this place that I went to, it was cool because they had different, like I took what they called the signature class, but they had different classes where it was like the full like 45-minute class, you'd be on the rower.
That sounds
so they had a
hard.
class like, express cardio, and it was just fully on the rower. Okay. And then there were some where it was like more like you would row and then a lot more of sculpt. Like you would have more of that like strength training aspect. There were some that were like completely different. So it like they have a multitude of classes, which I thought were really cool. So it wasn't just like rowing, getting off, rowing, getting off. Like they have a class where you're just on the rower for 45 minutes, which I kind of want to do now just to like see.
Yeah.
It would suck, but like, you know, I kind of want to do it. Your heart rate gets so high.
Yeah. Was this a dedicated, like they only do, I'm thinking of it, was it like a spin place where you go there and that's like, they only do rowing classes like that? Or was it at a gym and this was just like a room at the gym?
No, this was their room. They only have one room. It's not like a huge like gym or anything. They have one room, and in the one room they just have rowers. They have like 25 rowers.
Gotcha.
And like, yeah, it was. I actually thought the studio itself was super cool with all the rowers, like, and the lights. So at the end, for the like,
were a thing, like that, like, because I do spin classes. At the end,
but
sorry,
it probably happened at spin classes too. But at the end, when we were doing that minute and 2 minute, she turned the lights off, so it felt like turn the lights off, and then the music was like so epic. I was like, holy shit, I gotta really try here.
Yeah,
I probably looked so stupid. I wish someone had a video of this. But like I was trying so hard. I was like, oh my God, the lights are off. Like I can just close my eyes and just start pumping, you know? Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying? I was passionately speaking about this class because I will go back.
No, you're good. That was, I mean, honestly, that was like mostly my questions. I didn't even know that they had, because I knew that spin places existed. I didn't know that rowing places like that existed.
They do. They do.
But it's kind of, so I had a similar but also kind of opposite experience a little bit where they turned on music for like some of the sets that we did. But it was also, I was talking to my friends afterwards and we were all saying it was like a weirdly meditative experience.
Okay.
Especially when they were trying to get us all going in sync, because you just kind of pick someone to stare at and you just copy them. Like you fully just zone out on looking at one spot and then your body's just doing this over and over again. It was hard, but it was also surprisingly relaxing, which I'm kind of comparing this to like my experience going to a spin class that was a much more intense workout class. But in those, like, I feel like I had a bit more of what you were talking about where it's like, I gotta go, like.
That class was so intense. There was not anything meditative about it. Now that you're saying that though about the syncing thing, she was counting us for each of the strokes. So like we were supposed to copy her and she was counting. She'd be like 1, 2, 1 and like saying the numbers as we went. Yeah. So we did definitely do syncing. But yeah, our class was much more like get up and go. Like we did paddle pace for like maybe like a minute and then we would go straight into like freaking like yeah. And then that was the thing too, is like I started to like, for me, when I think of like speeding up or like reducing that split, my thought always is go faster. And then she was like, she had segments where what we would do is we would do the same count as paddle pace, but we'd just you'd push with your legs harder and pull with your arms a little bit harder at the end. And it like still reduced your split. But for me, in my head, whenever I think like reduce the split, I'm thinking like boom, like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah. And I got tired so quickly. Like you would see me tire out immediately. I was just like, I'm done after like a few. So I was trying to get used to like not immediately going to when like epic music was playing, it was dark, like immediately going to that like rapid fire, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I feel like because it just tires you out.
I feel like it's almost hard with the music going like that too, because it does like it really hypes you up and you want to go like with the beat of the music.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we both would go back. I mean, if that's the question, I mean, we'd both go back.
Yeah, I want to try something more like what you did, because again, I feel like what I did was a lot more preparatory for actually rowing. Like that's kind of the end goal of what this was, which is really cool, and I definitely want to try that out at some point now. I say as it's 5 degrees and snowing right now, so it's gonna be a while. I didn't think it was supposed to snow anymore today. I'm actually really disappointed because I was hoping the roads would finally be cleared. So that sucks.
Guess not.
Yeah, I have to drive to the airport later, so I hope this stops.
Oh, right, you did say that.
Yeah. But no, so I definitely, like, I think I want to progress on kind of the track that I started, but I also definitely want to try something more like what you did.
Yeah. Which I would say my answer to that is literally the same what you just said. Because I want to try, well, like, not that I don't think I want an introductory class. I feel like she did a good job kind of like explaining the motion.
Yeah.
But I would love to try it like you did with like an actual oar and like try it like genuinely on the water when it's like not nice out again, not freezing, you know? But like, I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Like,
because oar also changed
getting that kind
so
of experience.
Much. Like I forgot to say this when I was doing it, but especially when you're doing it with one oar, which I'm so I can't remember what it's called when it's just with one oar, but yeah, because it's just one, you know, when you're on the machine, like it's symmetric.
Yeah.
The oar is not, because it's like it's a seesaw out to one side of you. So when you pull it in, like one side ends up being closer to you than the other side. And so then when you do that thing where you have to straighten your arms and then lean your body, like it adds so much. I found it way more difficult. And it's something you definitely would get used to pretty quickly. But I was like, oh, this is almost not a completely different motion, but it's very different now with like, you have this weight off to the side and your arms aren't quite even, and also one of them bends more than the other. And then when you, like, I think I mentioned you have to like flip the oar up, so like that's then what your outside hand is, or inside, I don't know, it's what, like, that's then one of your arm's jobs, while your other one is more so doing like the pulling back and forth. And then also you have to be pushing it against the collar so that way the oar doesn't like start sliding back and forth and stuff. So when we tried that at the end, it was super cool, but I was like, there is so much more going on now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah, there's definitely more that goes into it, you know? That's why I would like to try it. Not like that aspect of what you did, like getting to like actually do it with how you would actually row on a boat. Yeah. And like actually like even progress to going on a boat. Like that's cool.
Yeah. I'm also, when we saw the boats, they are so narrow. Like I've seen them during the Olympics and stuff, you know, but I still did not fully appreciate just how narrow they are. I feel like they tip over so easily.
Oh no. But hey, look, it's okay because we're swimmers. So worst case scenario, we should be okay.
Exactly. Like I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But they just didn't look like they'd be very stable.
Fair enough.
So,
yeah, the whole weight thing probably is a factor as well, like distributing the weights.
And that is something that was nice. So the club was like, they're a masters team, so they're just in like an adult rowing league, which was really nice. It was really similar to, you know, masters swim, where there's a ton of different ability levels. There's people who kind of just started the sport as an adult to like have a fitness routine, as well as people who like did it in college and did it growing up. So that was also cool to see in this sense, because I mean, they were talking about how like, if you're on a college team, everyone's probably 6'2" and like, you know, has been rowing for a long time and is all very, you know, very intense about it. But then here it was much more chill, and like you get to try out all the different types of boats and the different positions. And they're like, and everyone gets a chance to be coxswain and like give the orders and everything. So that was also seemed like it was a really, it was just a very good vibe there, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd just be if other people are interested in trying out rowing.
Yeah.
What would be, do we have any recommendations for them going into it based on our experience?
Well, I would say that
Definitely
find
do it.
some, like, you can, huh?
I said definitely do it. That's my long story short. Go for it.
Do it. Definitely try it. I would say that, like, at least in this area, I haven't found somewhere that does like introductory classes like how you did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's like a thing everywhere, but I think that like even just going to like a rowing gym, or like a gym where they have row classes and doing one of those, I think that's like a good place to start.
Yeah.
And a lot of places will, you know, change it based off of your ability. So even if you're not like a crazy fast rower, it's fine. Like you just work at your own pace, build it, work on yourself, not like other people. Like that paddle pace that she came up with in our class was the average. It's not just you or whatever. So if someone else speeds up and you don't, it's okay. The average will still come down. So it's like basically everyone needs to do their own part, but at the end of the day, like, don't be afraid if you have no experience to go. Because at first I was a little nervous. I was like, what if it's all people who are like experienced and I've only done like the row machine at my gym and I haven't like actually seriously done it. But like the instructors usually are sweet, and they like will tell you at the beginning if you want like a little bit of an introduction before the class, like come a little early, talk to them. They might be able to help you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good place to start, and then you can start consistently going. Maybe try it on the water. I mean, we haven't gotten to that point yet even. So.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, the way I heard about this class was through like a friend of a friend. So I honestly don't know if I would have heard about it otherwise. But I mean, if you live near water, which, I mean, even just like lakes, rivers, like it's, you know,
Yes.
might be worth just doing a Google search to see if there's any clubs. Cause I do think, I mean, it sounds like you got some instruction on form, but like, I do think that was probably a really big benefit of the class that I went to, was like, the intention of this was like, you know, if you want to get into this long term. So there was a big focus on like, all right, let's get you started doing this right at the outset. So that way you can build muscle memory. So I think getting that feedback and stuff was something that was really valuable from the style of class that I did. So yeah, like I don't know how easy it is to find stuff like that, but I think, you know, it's worth looking around, especially, I mean, the one I went to was free. And I think their 3-class Learn to Row series is like $30 for like 6 hours of instruction. So it's not expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then honestly, if you do like, again, with the form thing, I think it's worth taking a class just to give yourself, you know, either style of class could be what either of us did, just to give yourself, like, get that little bit of instruction at the beginning, just so that way, you know, if you're at the gym, I think most gyms have a rowing machine, like, that way you can actually get the most out of doing a workout on there if you've, you know, been to a class, even if you don't want to keep paying for classes, like, fair enough if you already pay for a gym membership.
Yeah.
But at least having that basis, that way you can make it the most effective workout you can, I think is useful.
You could even talk to like the personal trainer at your gym. They probably know how to like properly use the machine. So even if you don't want to go to a class for your first time, go to the gym, get the personal trainer. They can give you instruction on how to use the machine, and then you can even go from there.
Yeah.
Like maybe you do it at the gym first, then you book a class, or, you know, whatever.
Try it at the gym, see if it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing though, so part of the reason I asked about the resistance earlier, if like you knew what setting they had it at, is apparently, pro tip from actual rowers, keeping it between 4 and 5 is what most closely replicates the resistance on the water. So,
Okay.
obviously, it, if you want to set it at 10, go for it. That's your prerogative. Get the strength
Yeah.
workout in. But you also definitely, like, keeping it at 4 or 5 is still a very effective workout.
Yeah.
Or lower than that, honestly. But if you're going for realism, apparently that's where you're supposed to set it.
Okay.
So,
Good tip.
yeah. Well, we tried something new. I feel like is this the
Yeah.
first thing we've done where we've actually, I mean, I guess aside from like deleting Instagram. Well, no, because you've even done that before. But like, I think this is the first thing
Like
completely
genuinely new
new.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. This was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would go back. I already told them, I was like, yeah, I'll buy the class, like not through ClassPass, but I was gonna buy their like package to get like a certain number of classes. The only thing is they're a bit far. It's like a 20-minute drive from home in an opposite direction compared to work, so it's not like on the way. So that kind of
But I guess
sucks,
with your work from
but
home days.
yeah, or even I was just gonna say the weekends if they have classes on the weekends. But yeah, I did really enjoy it because like it wasn't fun except it was. You know what I mean? Like because it was so
it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so hard. Like I came out of it and was wobbling like a penguin. I was like, okay, you know what? That class was hard.
Yeah.
That class was hard. But yeah, tried something new. And it paid off, Look, we're not hating on it.
Yeah. I'm glad it.
I was going to say at some point will we try something that we hate?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious if we'll find some sort of exercise that I'm like, no, I truly don't like it. I do.
Burpees.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think I found it.
so I have some friends here who go to Solid Core, which is like reformer Pilates.
Yeah.
That I think I might try at some point soon. So
it's
potentially
on
a teaser.
I might go too.
Which I look, okay. I don't think I'm going to be a hater. But it's so hyped up right now that I am a little bit like, okay, what actually is this? I mean, look, I'm sure Pilates is great and I'll try it and I'll be like, yeah, that was fun. That was a good workout. I just think it's so hyped up right now where I'm like, does everyone really like it that much? And is it really worth how expensive some of these classes are? Like, really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll try it at some point soon and we'll find out.
We all think you should try rowing, so try it. But also, follow us on our socials. I feel so stupid saying that. I'm so sorry.
I mean, we could just skip that part of it. Just bye.
Yeah. No. But we're funny.
We are. You should follow us.
We're funny. We
not might accidentally take a month off, but
Yeah. But look, we're not, that's the thing is we're real people and like we don't just have like tons and tons of time to dedicate. Like we have other things in life happening. We have other goals that are unrelated to this podcast. So it's just like we can't sometimes it gets hard to manage everything. And that's
when
just
you do get it, it's good quality, We're worth waiting for.
Exactly. It is that deep, okay?
Yes, it is.
So yeah, you should follow us on socials. Keep up with us. We'll be back, hopefully in 2 weeks. If not, might take a little bit longer, but we'll be back with an episode. We will.
Yeah.
But yeah, Take Your Mark Pod. You can find us most places, most social media, except for X.
And TikTok.
Twitter.
Are we on TikTok?
And TikTok, we're not.
Yeah, no,
I'm not.
Okay.
So I don't have TikTok, and I haven't had TikTok for years, and I would like to keep it that way. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, not on TikTok. Basically, just on Instagram and YouTube, and Spotify.
And Spotify.
But yeah, you can find us at Take Your Mark Pod. And yeah, that's all I got. So
Yep.
happy weekend, everybody.
All right.
We'll see.
Have a good
see
week.
you in a bit.
Bye. All right.
Dude, my eyes are even glossier than before.
I know. I'm sleepy. I need caffeine.
I was halfway like.
I had like 4 cups of coffee yesterday, which was too much. But I've had 1 today, and I'm struggling a little bit.
All right, we got to clap. Should we change the color of our mics?
Oh, yes, perhaps we shall. Why did I say that?
Yellow? Huh?
I said, oh, yes, perhaps we shall. But yeah, yellow is good.
Okay.